Hello there, this is Habiba, digital brand strategist and founder of Digital Lucy. So today I'll be talking to you about how you can start a business when you don't know what to do, when you haven't got it all figured out, you don't know what products you want to create, you don't know what services you want to offer. I'm going to tell you how you can get started and be on your path towards making extra money. You may want to start a business because you want to be making money on side, you want to get to the point where you can quit your 9 to 5 job, or just have more financial freedom, really. Okay. And yeah, you're wondering what to do because people are making money online and you're online all the time. You also want to start making money, so just watch and listen to find out how you can make money by starting a business. Now, I'll start by sharing my own story. When I decided that I started exploring the option of becoming an entrepreneur and starting a business. I took some trainings in things that I was interested in, looked around at some courses, and got started on them. Okay, initially I thought that I will be focusing on email marketing and helping people with their email marketing campaigns, because I saw that a lot of companies in Nigeria were doing it wrongly in terms of their targeting and how they targeted people for email marketing, and the manner in which they were carrying out this campaign. So I wanted to do something along those lines. Okay, but I shelved that for a bit. Then I just started offering, looking at other business options. I considered the option of so many businesses. I considered training business, training people to use computer applications, just general computer training, because that's something that I was good at. I considered starting a school or a creche, an after school kind of a daycare facility. I did an entire research, I had a business plan and everything. And I also considered a consulting company, a consulting service like business development, IT consulting. Now I had all those business plans, but which one was I going to do and how was I going to get started? Okay, so I needed to streamline it and focus, because then my attention was divided into all these things and I didn't know which one I could get started with. And then I would look at other people, they seem to have it all figured out. They would say, oh, since when I was 15 years old, I used to do this. I had such an entrepreneurial spirit. I started selling when I was in JS2. I always knew that I was born to be an entrepreneur. And some people have been on this path for a very long time. They've been quite determined about it, but I didn't know what I wanted to do. I knew that I didn't want to be like buying and selling physical products. I knew that there was opportunities to be had online, but I needed to know how to leverage it. So how did it all happen? While I was considering all these things, I then decided to start a gift concierge service. So my gift concierge service, basically what I was doing was kind of your gift basket, hampers and all that, but I was marketing everything purely online. I wasn't doing any I didn't have like a store or anything. I was marketing it online. And when I started doing that, I had to learn about using social media, how to use Facebook, how to use Instagram to be able to reach my target audience, because it was targeted at professionals who were very busy, and sometimes they find themselves, because they're so busy in the office, they don't have time to pick out gifts when it's time to give their wives or their fiancés, presents. Just like Valentine's is coming up, and there are some people who are stuck in the office and they haven't had the chance to buy any gifts. So my service for those kind of people was to do the shopping for them, package it, wrap it up, sometimes deliver it to whoever they wanted it to deliver to, or deliver it to them, and then they would pass it on to to whoever they were gifting that product with. So I did that for a while, but I was using Facebook, Instagram, to publicize the business. So I started to dabble a lot into online marketing, into digital marketing, of which I already had the knowledge because I have done courses in digital marketing. Now, a lot of the things I learned, and because I loved it so much, I started taking other courses. I started researching, and I immersed myself fully into it. And along the line, while I was doing that, I didn't tell anyone that I'm so deep into social media marketing or anything. I just had someone call me up and he asked me to manage his LinkedIn account. So oftentimes you hear people saying, oh, when I started I had to do it for free. I've never ever managed anybody's accounts for free. My very first client, he approached me. He said, okay, I want to start using LinkedIn, and I know that LinkedIn is effective for me in my career. I want to build up my brand on LinkedIn, and I want you to help me strategize and manage it, and make sure that I achieve my target, because he had the target that he wanted to achieve. Make sure that I achieve my target. So then I had to develop a strategy, implement it, manage his account on a day-to-day basis. And the amazing thing about it, because he knew I was like tech savvy, good with social media, it wasn't a point of you doing it for me for free because you never done it for anybody. It was a case of, okay, so now this is what I want you to do. You tell me how much you want to charge, and then we can get started. So I had a case where I never had to offer my service for free. I've never had to offer my service for free. I only do social media marketing for free for my church, because that's my form of service to God. So I've never done it for free for anyone. And so I came up with that price, and then we got started. And once I got started, I discovered that, okay, yeah, I can do this. I took other trainings on being a social media consultant, a social media manager, improved myself, and then I started to build up my presence, let people know that this was what I was doing. And that's how I started getting clients. And most of my social media marketing management clients have been through referrals. Like I have one client, and then someone asked them, oh, I see you're doing a lot on LinkedIn, I see you're doing a lot on Facebook, how are you doing it, how are you finding time? And they're like, oh, I have a social media manager, this is her number. And that's how I keep getting clients. Okay, so now how does this apply to you? When you want to start a business and you don't know what to do, you know that you're stuck in a job, you don't love that job, you want to do something different, how are you going to do when you don't necessarily want to buy and sell products, you don't want to you don't feel like you're ready to do anything, you don't have an idea, you don't have that magical idea, or you have several ideas. The first thing that you can do is to find out what you love to do. Okay, so you can write down the things that you love to do, and then next you also look at what you're good at, because sometimes what we're good at is different from what we love to do. So you need to strike a balance. So find out what you love to do and find out what you're good at. Okay, now for me, I love to shop, which is why I started a gift concierge service. I love to shop, and I'm able to get good deals. I keep an eye on trends. When I'm interested in something, I keep an eye on the trends. I'm able to get good deals, and I'm able to package all those products. Okay, so that's something that I love to shop, and I was good at packaging products. Like when anyone wanted to package anything, I will be the person they'll call on. So do say hello if you're watching live now. So you need to find out what you love to do, find out what you're good at, and find out what people come to you for help with. Okay, so you know what you love to do, what you're good at, and what people come to you for help with. So whatever people come to you for help with is because they recognize your expertise. So in your office, at home, in your church, wherever you are, what is it that people call you up to help them solve? What problem do people frequently call you to help them solve? That's a business idea right there. Now if you want to take it one step further, you can ask your friends, your colleagues, your family, what do you think I'm good at? Where are my talents? What areas? Your talent could just be that you know how to talk to people, you know how to persuade them. Then maybe you make a good sales manager, or maybe you're someone who can easily go into sales, selling products, or teach other people how to persuade their customers to buy products. Now once you've found out what you love to do, what you're good at, what people come to you for help with, you've asked your family, your colleagues, you can then narrow down 3 to 5 viable ideas and research those ideas. Now, I said previously in the broadcast that when I was thinking of what to do, I had all these ideas. I wanted to start a creche, I wanted to start an IT consulting firm, I wanted to start an IT training company, and I hello Chinkoberry, thank you for watching. So I wanted to do all these things, but I had to narrow them down, and I did some research. When you're doing your research, you want to find out how viable is it. Is this thing that I love to do, is it a viable business? Is it something that people are going to be interested in? And then you then go on. When you're doing your research, you might come up with a plan, and one of those things that you want to identify is the target market, because if you don't have a target market, then it's kind of pointless really. So you have to have a target market, people that product or that service will be targeted towards. So that's how you can get started. Now for me, once I got my first client for social media marketing, social media management, which was as a result of what someone recognized that I was good at, I then went on to identify whether there was a need in the market by entrepreneurs, by professionals, to have people managing their accounts. And I found out that yes, good enough for me. There are people who are doing business, there are people who are busy professionals that need other people to manage their Facebook, their LinkedIn, their Twitter, and all that. So that's how I got started. So that is how you can get started as well. If you decide that entrepreneurship is for you, but you don't have a product, you don't have an invention, you don't have anything, you can take the steps that I mentioned and try to narrow it down and explore one way. So once you've narrowed it down, you found out what you're good at, you found out what you love to do, you found out what people come to you for help with, you've asked your colleagues and family, narrow it down to 3 to 5 ideas, then start to research those ideas. Now for each of those ideas, you need to know who the target market is. Do people actually have a problem? Do they actually have a need for a service or product in those areas? Then you can go on to package yourself and start to market yourself. Okay, so in my next broadcast, I'll talk about how you can start to build up your presence online. Okay, because once I had gotten that first client and another client, what I then needed to do was, because I would go out and introduce myself as a social media manager, and people want to check you out online when you're a social media manager. So I had to build up my online presence so that they could have something like a billboard online really. So once you have a product or service, you need to then build up your online presence. You need to build up your brand online so that when people Google you, when people search for you on Facebook, they can see that what you say you do is actually what is being represented online. So you're going to have to build up your presence. So thank you to those of you that are watching live, and those of you that are watching on the replay. You can type your questions in the comments and I will be sure to respond to it. And remember to share this out. You don't know who is stuck, because people are trying to look for alternative income sources, because everyone needs more money these days and people want to make more money. So you can share this out. It might be useful to someone, and I hope it was useful to you. So once again, my name is Habiba, digital brand strategist and founder of Digital Lucy. So thank you for watching and enjoy the rest of your day.